We wonder why among its 14 municipalities, one town tops the bill. Sa pagsalo ng buhos ng pondo, nauna ang nauhan. In one Facebook post, we discovered a congressional representative showcasing his midterm accomplishment report covering the period from June 30, 2022 to December 31, 2023. He openly lists projects, hold your breath, funded by his office, including flood control and river protection initiatives. Unahin muna natin ang kaso ng questionabling flood control project sa lalawigan ng Pampanga. 4 years now, the riverbank mitigation project in Candating, Arayat, has been the face of a failed flood control project. Tuwing umuulan, panay ang aray ng mga taga-Arayat sa pag-apaw ng ilog na hindi mapigilan ng flood control. Mr. President, binisita ng aking mga staff ang Arayat nitong nakaraang 2 linggo lamang na tinamaan din ng hagupit ni Emong at nagdulot na naman ng pagguho ng ilang bahagi nito. Take note, Mr. President, katatapos lang ng panibagong repair nito noon lang Hunyo ng kasalukuyang taon, 2025. Sa itsura ng structure, tila baga hindi binibigyan pansin ng gobyerno ang Candating. Pero kung babalikan natin 1 taon pa lamang ang nakakaraan o noong Agosto 2024, may gumuho ng flood control matapos mahagupit ng monsoon. Mr. President, a review of the budget books shows that we started funding the construction, rehabilitation of slope protection along Pampanga River, Candating, Arayat, Pampanga, way back in 2018. Let me give a rundown. In 2018, we already spent 20 million pesos on a project for the construction, rehabilitation of slope protection along Pampanga River, Candating section, Arayat. Kalaunan, nasira. Since then, it has become a cycle, Mr. President. We used the people's tax money to repair it in 2023 for a contract price of 91.6 million pesos. It was repaired again by another year's tax money in 2024. This time, not once, but twice, 91.8 million for Phase 1 and 91.4 million for Phase 2. Take note, 20 million pesos lang ito sa una at original construction. If the original construction cost was only 20 million pesos in 2018, why did the repair cost balloon to 350% or 91 million in 2023 and another 183 million pesos in 2024 or an overall increase of 815%? Aba, at nawili na ang funder ng Edmarie Construction na siyang palaging nananalong contractor sa Candating, Arayat, Pampanga noong 2023 at 2024. Naglagay pa ulit ng 100 million pesos ngayong taon. Buti na lang, pinigil ng Malacanang ang pag-release ng pondo. Distinct then, but in a very distinct way. As I mentioned earlier, all of these were awarded to the same mighty contractor, Edmarie Construction and Trading. In total, Edmarie bagged 274.8 billion pesos in taxpayers' money for the rehabilitation and repair of Candating na tila hindi nagsasawa sa kare-repair. Hindi lang po yan ang issue ng Edmarie. How can this contractor, with an unusual share of controversies, including being delisted as DHSUD builder in 2023, be trusted to rebuild its own consistently collapsing project, which has evidently come with great cost and loss to the government? Paulit-ulit ang pag-repair, ngunit ganito pa rin ang kalagayan sa Candating, Arayat. Arayat ko po. Mr. President, magtungo naman tayo sa Hilagang Luzon, partikular sa probinsya ng La Union, kung saan matatagpuan ang Bawang River Basin, na kung saan matindi ang congressional insertions. Sa tulong ng mga concerned groups and individuals, napansin namin ang bilang ng flood control projects na bagamat wala sa National Expenditure Program noong 2024 ay biglang tumubong parang kabute sa General Appropriations Act ng nakaraang taon. Halimbawa, ang construction of flood control structure along Bawang River Basin. 2 items lamang na may tig 50 million pesos ang nakalaan sa bahagi ng Nagilian. Samantalang, ang bayan ng Bawang ay wala pong proyekto sa National Expenditure Program. Abracadabra, sa naipasang 2024 General Appropriations Act, nagkaroon ng 10 items na nahahati mula Package 1 hanggang Package 10 na may tig 98 million pesos ang biglang umusbong para sa Nagilian. Sa kabuuan, ang 10 packages na ito ay umabot sa 967.4 million pesos. Halos 1 bilyong piso kumpara sa 2 tig 50 million lamang sa 2024 NEP. Sa Bawang naman, 7 packages ang lumitaw na may magkakaparehong halaga, 89 million pesos each. Sa kabuuan, ito ay nagkakahalaga ng 623 million pesos mula zero budget sa NEP ng 2024. Sa aming masinsing pagkalkal ay natuklasan naming iisang kontraktor ang naawardan ng lahat ng packages na ito, ang Silver Wolves Construction Corporation. Distinct pa rin, distinguished colleagues. Ito ang nabanggit kong pork barrel insertions kanina, Mr. President. Meron pang mas matinding congressional insertions, ipapakita ko sa inyo. Baco at Nauhan, Oriental Mindoro. Aguila congressional insertions. Mr. President, when flood control projects fail to stand against the tides, we are compelled to question the feasibility of the project and the technical capacity of the contractor. But what if an elected congressman or a political group claims ownership of the project? Is it not both proper and necessary to scrutinize their motivations and examine the extent of their involvement, and perhaps to hold them responsible? This explains the logic why I am insisting to make transparent the identities of the proponents of the insertions from the House GAB, Senate version, and all the way to the BICAM. If they claim something as theirs, should they not also be accountable for its failures? Mr. President, I raise the question because of the evident congressional banners we observe alongside many projects in Nauhan and Baco, both in Oriental Mindoro. Bilang halimbawa, in Barangay Burbuli, Baco, Oriental Mindoro, one banner reads, Congressional Project, Construction of Flood Control Structure along Barangay Burbuli, Alag River, Baco, Oriental Mindoro, Aguila, Aksyon, Gobyerno at Inisyatibo sa Larangang Lehislatura. This project, awarded to Silver Wolves Construction Corporation again, is worth 95 million pesos. It is an ongoing project to be completed in December 2025. This project is so important that it can turn stones and get funding approval under the unprogrammed appropriations of the 2024 national budget. This prompts us to dig deeper into the web. And as they say, social media is a great resource of evidence, which lawyers fondly call testimony against self-interest. In one Facebook post, we discovered a congressional representative showcasing his midterm accomplishment report covering the period from June 30, 2022 to December 31, 2023. He openly lists projects, hold your breath, funded by his office. I repeat, funded by his office, including flood control and river protection initiatives. From Aguilas Baco, let us travel to Aguilas Nauhan, also in Oriental Mindoro. Mr. President, Nauhan is among the beneficiaries of 3.6 billion pesos worth of projects, while Baco proudly lists 807 million, all of which is attributed to and owned up by the office of the congressman. Hindi lamang po ito ang maswerteng napondohan. Isa pa sa pinagmamalaki ng mapag-angking congressman ay ang flood control structure sa Butas River upstream, Barangay San Jose, Nauhan, Oriental, Mindoro. We took time to visit the project, Mr. President, which he referred to as a national project through congressional allocation. The project was awarded to Raymond Builders for 231 million pesos at hinugot pa rin ito sa unprogrammed funds. Dalawang projects na po ito ng Aguila na natuklasan naming mula sa unprogrammed funds, isa sa Barangay Burbuli at isa sa Barangay San Jose. Sa tagal ko na rin pong nagbubusisi ng pambasang budget, ang pagkakaalam ko po, masalimuot ang proseso ng paggamit ng unprogrammed appropriations under the Special Purpose Fund para mag-augment sa ilang items under the regular budget. Hindi po madaling ma-access ito. Dapat A, may excess revenue collections, or B, new revenue collections, or C, those arising from new tax or non-tax sources, or D, approved loans para sa foreign assisted projects. Mahaba din ang requirements dito, Mr. President. So, ano kaya ang taglay na agimat ni Congressman? What gives, Mr. President? Kung saan may multimillion projects, dumadapo ang Aguila. Pero lubog pa rin sa baha ang nadadapuan ng Aguila. Isa lamang po ito sa napakaraming banners at social media posts ng congressional insertions ng mga politiko na naglipana sa iba't ibang bahagi ng bansa. Mr. President, ituloy na po natin ang diskusyon tungkol sa aming mga obserbasyon sa lalawigan ng Oriental Mindoro. Without taking anything away from the good but suffering people of this province on the legitimacy of their needs due to its high flood susceptibility, I want to speak of the billions of appropriations for flood control projects poured into this province in Luzon's eastern flank. Mr. President, when someone gets the largest share of the pie, we naturally ask why, especially if such a price comes from the taxpayer's tab. In Oriental Mindoro, for example, we wonder why among its 14 municipalities, one town tops the bill. Sa pagsalo ng buhos ng pondo, nauna ang Nauhan. Nauhan, Oriental Mindoro received a sweeping 55% of the province's 2025 flood control budget. Katumbas ito ng 10 bilyong piso para sa flood control projects ng bayan ng Nauhan pa lamang. Fair enough, given the coastal topography of the municipality, which includes its lowland plains and extensive river systems such as Mag-asawang Tubig, Nauhan, and its people badly need flood control interventions. However, the magnitude of its budget allocation in the last 3 years alone, amounting to approximately 19 billion pesos and nearly doubling each year, raises concerns regarding Nauhan's curious case. Even before the provincial governor of Oriental Mindoro blew the whistle, so to speak, on what he alleged as anomalous flood control projects, we had already dug deep in our study, literally sifting through years after years of appropriations for these projects. True to form and with due diligence, I immediately dispatched my staff to Oriental Mindoro to verify the data we gathered about Nauhan and to validate the governor's claims. Mindful of political bumps we may encounter, my directives are clear. We must see no political color and remain impartial in our findings. My staff traversed Oriental Mindoro across 10 barangays to randomly check flood control projects based on the list of awarded contracts from 2023 to 2025 that we obtained from the DPWH website. The field validation came in the aftermath of the widespread flooding in the province of Oriental Mindoro during the habagat. Una sa aming listahan ang Barangay Mulawin. Sa 70 barangay ng Nauhan, Oriental Mindoro, ang Barangay Mulawin ay nakakuha naman ng 1.9 billion pesos. Sino kaya ang makapangyarihang funder sa Barangay Mulawin? We scoured the budget books from the National Expenditure Program, the House GAB, Senate version, and GAA, as well as the DPWH awarded contracts in Barangay Mulawin. Of the 1.9 billion pesos fund for 8 flood control projects, only 810 million pesos for 3 projects was included in the President's budget or NEP. The remaining 1.1 billion was inserted, I repeat, was inserted in the House version, Mr. President. Rightly so. Most of these congressional insertions were tagged for issuance of SARO or withheld by Malacanang, save for the curious case of 2 projects worth about 300 million pesos already awarded and ongoing construction with target completion in December 2025. Mr. President, sa buhos ng budget sa barangay na ito, inaasahan natin na may proteksyon na ang mga residente ng Mulawin mula sa baha dulot ng bagyo. Sa kasamaang palad, habagat pa lang at hindi pa man naitalang bagyo ang tumama sa probinsya. Gumuhuna ang ilang parte ng mga diking pinaggastusan ng daang milyong piso. Inagos na rin ng tubig, baha, ang bilyong pisong danyos ng nasirang flood control. Ito mismo ang parehong barangay na gustong inspeksyonin sana ni Governor Dolor noong nakaraang Sabado lamang, kung saan napabalita ang pagharang sa kanya ng security personnel sapagkat ayon daw sa kontraktor ng proyekto, kinakailangan ng written approval mula sa DPWH bago makapasok ang sinuman sa construction area. Mabuti na lamang, napuntahan na rin po ng aking team ang di umano'y restricted area na ito noong unang linggo pa lamang ng Agosto. Actually pinagbawalan din ang aking staff na lumapit sa proyekto, pero sapat na ang kuha ng aming drone upang makita ang mga depekto ng construction dito. Nahalatang gusto ng naturang kontraktor na isikreto dahil sa ginagawang paghahabol upang kumpunuhin at remedyohan ang palpak na proyekto at mapagtakpan ang kanilang kapalpakan. We are willing to submit our drone shots and other pieces of evidence to assist in the investigation and prosecution of those involved in these anomalous projects. Mula sa aming sariling footage, kitang-kita ang mga bahagi ng road dike na ginawa noong 2024 na gumuho. Ang nakikita niyong flood control project ay nagkakahalaga ng 204.8 million pesos na base sa official record ng DPWH ay completed project na nito lamang Pebrero 2025. Halos 3 buwan pa lamang ang lumipas, Mr. President. Gayunpaman, kabago-bagong proyekto, gumuhuna agad ang dike dahil sa nakaraang bagyong Krising, Dante at Emong. Kasama ang lagpas 200 milyong pondo na inalaan dito. Sa kahabaan pa rin ng Bukayaw River, natagpuan naman namin ang isa sa mga congressional insertion na nagkakahalaga ng 137 million at inaasahang matatapos ngayong Disyembre. Kasabay ng hagupit ng habagat, inanod na rin ang malaking bahagi ng binubuong dike. We heard grim stories about why these structures fall easily. From the improper embankment mix of gravel, sand, and stones, sheet piles cut in half, and lower-grade reinforcement steel bars. Tinipid, sinadyang minali, at shortcut ang pagkagawa. Sad reality, Mr. President, is mayroon na rin silang standard para sa substandard. We go to another top-billing barangay, Barangay Tagumpay. Barangay Tagumpay, still in Nauhan, is another case of flood control. Sa taong 2023 at 2024, halos abot kamay na ng mga taga-barangay Tagumpay ang Tagumpay na layunin nitong maging ligtas sa mga pagbaha dahil sa halos 2.55 billion piso na pondong nilaan dito. Binubuo ito ng 10 proyekto sa paggawa ng road dike sa mag-asawang Tubig at Bukayaw River. Sa ulat ng gobernador na bineripika ng aking mga staff, ang mga bahagi ng bilyones na proyektong ito 2 beses na pong nasira ngayong taon. Ang pinakamalala nitong nakaraang bagyong Emong. Sa mga larawan o video nakuha ng aming team, kapansin-pansin nga naman na imbes na graba, buhangin at simento, buhangin ang laman ng structure na ito. Kaya naman, ayon din sa mga residente, sa sandaling magkabutas, mabilis na pumapasok ang tubig at kinakain ang ilalim. Sa aming pag-iimbestiga, hindi rin daw di umano masusunod o nasusunod ang dapat na lalim ng pagbabaon ng mga sheet piles na magiging suporta ng buong road dike. Isa pa sa nakita namin, ang Barangay Inarawan na dumanas rin ng pagguho ng bahagi ng river dike. Sa aming pagsisiyasat, isa ang barangay na ito sa pinakamaraming buhos ng proyekto noong 2023 at 2024. Tumabo po ito ng 1.764 billion piso para sa construction ng road dike sa kahabaan ng mag-asawang Tubig. Sa lahat ng proyektong nilaan sa Barangay Inarawan, tanging ang SunWest Incorporated ang nakakopo ng mga proyekto. Ito ang kontraktor na una na nating narinig sa ulat ng Pangulo bilang pang-8 sa mga kontratistang nakakuha ng pinakamarami at pinakamalaking kontrata sa flood control. Mr. President, sinuyod din namin ang ilang pang-barangay na binuhusan ng pondo, ngunit hindi pa rin nakaligtas sa daluyong ng pagbaha dahil sa karamihan ay substandard, gumuho at hindi napanindigan ang pagiging flood control structure. Ilan sa mga ito ang mga sumusunod na ipapakita natin. Sa Barangay Pinagsabangan 2, higit 228 million piso ang pondong nilaan, pero ang reklamo ng mga residente, putol-putol ang pagkagawa ng river control. Malaking bahagi rin ito ang gumuho ng nagdaang habagat. Sa Barangay Melgar, nirereklamo ng mga residente ang mababaw na pagkakabaon ng mga bakal sa ginagawang dike. Sa taong ito, 3 coastal road shore protection ang itinatayo na ang suma total ay papalo sa halos 693 milyong piso. Sa Barangay Arangin, mayroon ding ongoing projects na nagkakahalaga ng 109 million. Ngunit hindi pa man tapos, ay nasira na ulit dahil sa habagat.